Hey howdy, hey partners. Today we have the awesome Lightyear Blast and Battle XL15 with 5-inch buzz, and as a bonus, some Hyperspeed series XL01 and XL15 chips. Let's get into it.
I am Socks, your personal companion robot, and I regret having joined you.
You're watching Today I Grew Up, Lightyear Edition. Enjoy the review.
You can also click the card here in the corner of your screen, and that'll take you to all the Lightyear toy reviews that I'm reviewing on this channel. We'll start with this. I got this on Amazon. I believe it's exclusive to Amazon. It comes with this really neat, it looks like a briefcase from Mattel. Very nice box. It's cardboard, of course, but it looks pretty cool. I just wanted you to see the packaging first. Kind of slips out. I kind of like keeping some of these backgrounds, so I've been doing that. I've been saving a lot of these. So I'm definitely going to save this box, and it looks really cool. Now here it is. We get the XL01 ship with some battle damage, it looks like there. That is really nice. I do like that. Now what is exclusive about this, and what I saw, was that there's actual landing gear that you can pull down here. And there's 3 of them right here to pull out. And there you go. You have a landing gear that comes out. I'm not sure if the other Hyperspeed series ships have that, but that is a really nice bonus to have that detail. And what's really cool about these Hyperspeed series, I feel like the smaller scale toys are well painted with details. So the details are a lot painted better. Here, obviously, you have that battle damage here. Looks like there's some damage here on the side of the ship. That looks really cool. There's a cockpit area here that opens up. So that's cool, and you can put your minifigure in there. This ship came with an XL15 style suit. It's really small, like 1.5 inch, I think. But there's even some articulation on it, which is actually very surprising. No head articulation, but the arms go forward and back. So that is pretty insane. And that's way you can have him sit in the ship. So this one would go in the XL15 ship, I believe. But we'll put him in the XL01 to see if it fits. So in order to fit this Buzz in there, you basically have to kind of lay him down in there, put the arms down to his sides, and that's how he's able to fit in the ship. So that's good. At least he fits in it, even though I don't think the XL15 suit flies in the XL01. But it does stay closed. It has landing gear. You can have that option to put him up or down. So that is really nice. So we're missing some paint details on the bottom, but overall it's a great looking ship and it looks really great. And it's going to definitely scale with your Zerg ship. Here's a look at the XL15. Wow, this looks super cool. I feel like this ship is more of the primary ship used in the film. I mean, I could be wrong because I haven't seen the movie, but from the trailer, it seems like we see a lot of shots of the XL15 ship. And here the landing gear does go down there. And here as well, you can pull these down. So you have some epic landing gear. And that's great too for the shelf display. You can have the landing gear down. I think that looks great to stand up. Also, the cockpit area is able to open here from the front like the other ship, no problem. And we'll get the XL15 Buzz in here. So that's the only thing that doesn't come with this one. I wish it came with the Ranger Alpha suit Buzz as well. It just came with this one figure, but you know what? They fit in either ship, so it's fine. He fits in there just great. It's cool that you can still see him. It's kind of a translucent yellow, so I can still see my minifig in there. So that is a really great ship detail. I love the paint work here on the top, the repeating 15s, and even the red and white stripe. Well, it's a red stripe, but it looks really cool. And I think that looks fantastic. It's super cool. And it definitely, I'm going to put it side by side with the Zerg ship to see how that looks in a bit. But we can't forget about our accessory. But I do like what Mattel did here. It comes with a base, so you can kind of stand it on your shelf this way. It's like a rotation thing. So that's actually pretty cool as an option. It's a standalone piece next to your figures. But also you can remove it, and then you have this peg on the bottom, which then you can put on the bottom of your ship. Make sure the landing gear is down, because I don't think it's going to work with the landing gear down, on the back wheels especially. But once you put the landing gear down and you attach that, guess what? You have a missile fire with rotation here. So that'll go on the bottom of your ship. So now you have a missile launcher on the bottom of your ship, which is really cool. And I know the rest of the standalone Hyperspeed series vehicles don't come with this missile firing option. So that's what I believe is exclusive to this 2-pack. So you have this single missile fire option on the bottom, which is really nice. And you can attach it here on the XL15. Now you know what that looks like. I think it looks pretty kind of cool. I mean, it's deluxe, you know, it's different. If you want to put it on the other ship, We'll do that here on the XL01. It also has the whole placement on the bottom for that, and there goes the missile. It just fired. But it's cool that it also fits on the bottom of the ship here, the XL01, which is pretty cool. And it can either reverse, it can fire in reverse, or it can fire forward. So that is pretty cool, and I think it's pretty nice. Here you can see how the Zerg scales with the mini XL15 Buzz here. And next to the massive Zerg ship, you can see the XL15 in comparison is pretty small. I mean, if I put it on top of Zerg ship, you can just see how tiny it is in comparison. I think it's true to scale to the film, because in the movie it looks like everything Zerg's bringing to the table is giant, so it makes sense that these ships would be smaller scale. I did notice compared to the XL01, the XL15 is a little more compact and smaller. And then if you look at the side by side with Zerg ship and the XL15, just see the size difference I'm talking about. It's just, there's no real comparison. It's just so giant, especially with the landing gear down. But you can just see how different in scale that is. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think of these Hyperspeed series? After collecting a few of these, I'm not really the biggest fan of small scale figures like this. It is fun, it is cool, it's a neat discussion and display piece, but I don't think it's something I want to collect everything of. But it was fun to try for the Buzz and Zerg ships. I think they look super cool and they're fun. And they definitely save space on the shelf if you're not going for like the bigger ships that they're releasing. Here it is, the big one, Blast and Battle XL15. This is the set that I wanted when I saw the reveal of it. It's got 2 missile launchers, although it comes with 4 missiles. It has a huge jetpack, which is pretty cool. It has that action feature of Buzz there. Side of the box shows the missile fire. You also have that feature of Buzz popping out there. It looks really cool. And the landing gear, which is nice. Back of the box is essentially the same thing as what we saw on the side of the box. Let's get this out and take a closer look at it. We'll start with Buzz Lightyear here. As you can see, it looks exactly like the Crystal Grade series Buzz, except I am disappointed that he's missing the Lightyear sticker, he's missing the colors on the buttons even, and he's missing the paint details on the bottom of the shoes, which at least the Crystal Grade at least painted green. So I am disappointed, Mattel. I feel like these details are very important to the character, so when you leave them out, it doesn't make me feel good about it. That is my complaint for Mattel. If I worked for the company, I would definitely make those changes, because there's collectors out there who do notice and do care. He does move his head side to side. His arms do swing out, so that's nice. You still have the great same articulation that these other Buzz figures. I feel like a lot of these are re-releases in a way. This feels exactly like the Crystal Grade Buzz, 5-inch Buzz, except, you know, it's got less paint details. No other articulation, but his legs do swing out, and he does have waist articulation. Very nice. And this time the peg hole serves the purpose. So we did get this awesome wingspan, which is definitely looks more like Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story, the wingspan. It reminds me so much of that. The wings are designed to go back this way because when he jumps out of, when he pops up with that feature that I'm going to show you in the Gimmick, the wings come back that way. So it's pretty cool. I love the detail paint. It does peg back here on the back of him pretty well. Just kind of snaps in place, actually. And then, yeah, you definitely have that looking good. I mean, it almost looks a little too big. I don't know in the movie. We haven't seen the movie yet. This definitely looks more like Toy Story Buzz Lightyear with the wingspan. Impressive wingspan, as Mr. Potato Head says. But I think it looks pretty cool. And then, of course, the good feature that I do like that Mattel included was we get a clear helmet. Now he's got the full Ranger Alpha suit experience with the helmet and the full wingspan. So that, to me, is my favorite feature. The wingspan, the helmet. I'm just kind of not impressed with the lack of other paint details on this figure. But at least he's got great articulation and he's ready to join his ship. What do I notice right away? It is a giant ship. It is easily over 20 inches tall. I believe it's just really wide. It's going to take up a lot of shelf space. So if you do plan to collect this ship that scales with the 5-inch figures, just know that you need a lot of room for this one. Definitely, there was some assembly required, like putting on the fins here, the jet engine packs. One of the wings was off and I had to put that on. So keep in mind there is that. It's not too hard. We have extra missile storage here on the side, so it kind of snaps in place. So when you're playing with it this way, it won't fall out, or if you want to just play it this way. So that's really nice to have the option of storing your missiles here on the side to reload, because it only fires one at a time. The buttons right here, let's put my hand here. Wow, that actually shoots really well. So the projectile works like a charm. Here on the side, you just need to put it in a certain way, and there we go. We got one there. This is a really nice ship. I did notice on the bottom as well, although we're not really having a lot of crazy details on the bottom, we do have the landing gear that is manually, you can put down or up as well, kind of like the Hyperspeed, but it's just giant version, which is nice. And then that way you can put your ship on display that way. So he has this landing gear. And actually it does swing out pretty far, so you can kind of adjust it to how you'd like for your shelf. So that is actually a pretty nice option to have. Let's say you wanted to just have that part so it's kind of swooping forward. I think that's really nice to have the landing gear option for display purposes. And of course, if you don't want any landing gear, you can put that down. It'll lay flat as well. So that's nice to have that variety. Now to open the cockpit area, this is where it gets interesting. It's got that fancy gimmick where you pull on the lever here, and when you pull this lever back here, this is what happens. So Buzz is designed to pop out. That's the fun gimmick. There is a cockpit area here. This is where Buzz's feet go. There's nothing really fancy here in the controls. You have some red paint there, but there's no real detail. Except for here, I like that detail. It looks like the floor. So that's cool at least. I mean, it's a fun gimmick. It's gonna be not for everybody. I've already seen somebody actually remove this gimmick from their toy because they just wanted to put Buzz in and out simply, which I don't blame them. To help you put this back together, you kind of have to pull the lever, push the lever back in, and as you do that, everything will close back. There we go, and it clicks back. So that's cool, and at least you can see Buzz through that window once we put him in there. So that's the fun gimmick. Besides the missile fire on each side, you have one on each side. You have extra reload missiles. The other cool feature now is to put Buzz in his ship. You just need to pull that lever. Here you want to put this plastic piece around Buzz's waist. Let me get that around his waist there. So once you do that, then Buzz is not supposed to do that. So then you want to make sure that the peg holes here, because he has peg holes on the bottom of his boots here, space boots. So we are going to peg Buzz in there securely. So this is what Buzz is going to look like when he pops out once and for all. So make sure he's pegged there well. And then his wings have to be pulled back. So as you push on the lever back here, you're going to have to kind of guide it. I wouldn't say it's annoying, but it is a chore. So basically you want to have it, there you go. Make sure the wings are placed that way in between this side of the ship and that gray piece. I will admit it is kind of tricky to do that. It's to guide Buzz to look like that in there. It does take a little bit of time, I'm not going to lie. I think that is a flaw of this toy. It takes time, you have to go slow. So let's see if it works. Let's launch Buzz up. There he goes. And yeah, it did work in theory, although he slumped a little forward there. So we're going to try it again so you can see how it goes. You just have to be very careful. Like I said, that's the only problem with this toy, is I feel that if you just want to do like fast play and hurry up and let's just get Buzz in there, you're going to have a little struggle. It's not so straightforward. It does work, it's just, you can see it just takes a bit of effort here to get everything lined up where it's supposed to go. And yeah, it does feel a little cheap here in the cockpit area, so you gotta want to be gentle with this. I feel like it's more, you know, with time this thing could break. It doesn't feel super sturdy. It does feel a little cheap. I was worried at the $44 price point for this, and I think I know why now. Because it is cheaper plastic, and if you're throwing this around your room, you know, it could definitely break. I can see this breaking very easily, so that's not good, but so far it has not broken. All right, here we go again. Let's see if Buzz can pop out. There he goes. So yeah, that one worked really well. The only problem is you can tell that his helmet fell off of him, so that didn't stay. So we will try it one more time in 3, 2, 1, lift off. Okay, we finally did it. As you saw, it took 3 attempts, but we finally got Buzz to pop out of his ship. You know, it's a fun gimmick. I'm not going to lie. I like what Mattel was thinking here in the attempt to do this. Execution-wise and reality, does it work? Yeah. Does it take 3 times to get it perfect? Yes. So I anticipate everyone's going to have that issue with this. People might get annoyed at that because it's just, there's a lot going on to the point where they're probably better off, in my opinion, not having this gimmick at all. I would have done more of a deluxe cockpit area. If I was a toy designer or maker, I would definitely design this a little differently just because it's really a chore, like I said, to, you know, guide him in there, make sure everything's snapped together, everything's, you know, connected with his boots here, with the harness around his waist. You know, as you're pushing that lever back, you kind of have to guide him as well here. And it doesn't always kind of work the way you want it to. Like his helmet just fell off right there. And it's going to take, like, it doesn't snap perfectly every time just because you want it to. I'm kind of disappointed and frustrated at this toy. I'm going to be honest here, because if you're going to buy this, just know that this has some issues. And I'm sure I'm not going to be the only toy reviewer that's going to have this issue with this Buzz. After trying this multiple times, you're going to have issues. So it does work, yes. Is it going to work perfect every time? No, it's not. Here's my favorite Buzz right now on the 5-inch scale, which is my mission equipped. You can see how the wings are just so crazy. And you can see already that not even the buttons got painted on. Very frustrating, and the green's missing. At least they added some green down here, so that is kind of a bummer. So a real reason to get this toy is to get the jetpack, because I think the jetpack is better. But the thing is it compatible? We don't know yet. We'll see. It might not be. There is a hole back here, but nope, it is not compatible because the hole does not fit the jetpack. But if we could fit it on here, wow, I think that would be the best Buzz right here. That'd be so cool if we could figure out a way to mod this. We'll see in the movie, though. Maybe in the movie it's actually not that big. So let me know in the comment section below. What do you think of these Buzzes? I don't know. I don't know what to think. I think this is still my favorite, even though the jetpack looks super huge on this one, just because it has better paint details here. Minor detail, I know, but I feel like it's still my favorite. It's still pretty cool. And he can punch. Get out of here. You don't even have painted details on your buttons. This Buzz wins. If you love the XL15 chip, you want to get this because I think it's the best one. It obviously scales with your 5-inch Buzz. And you can probably put other Buzzes in here. Haven't tested that out, but they're all the same size, so I don't see why it wouldn't work. If you want the pop-out wing feature, you can only use this Buzz because the hole behind him is very unique for this gimmick. So that is the flaw for sure. One more last detail to point out is the Hyperspeed series XL15 ship here has the red striping detail. Unfortunately for us on the larger scale vehicle, that red striping is completely missing. So this would probably be good for a repaint, you know, add some weathering, maybe some battle damage, I think would be pretty cool. But that's something definitely to note on the bigger ship. Well, I hope you partners enjoyed today's review of the Blast and Battle XL15 ship with 5-inch scale Buzz and the new Hyperspeed series exclusives from Amazon. I think they're really cool. And I don't know, I think after reviewing these, I'm definitely proud of these purchases. I don't regret them at all. I think it's nice to have representation of an XL15 ship in the 5-inch scale. So I think that looks really great. And it's also nice to have the smaller ones to compare the size, and also goes with your Zerg ship Hyperspeed series. So I'm really proud of this collection as it's building. I think it's really fun. And it's just kind of neat to see all the toys scale together. It's just been really fun to see what's possible with this toy line, and I think Mattel is going to be bringing us a lot more. So it's going to be very interesting to see what else they're going to bring us in the future, especially with more Buzz figure releases. I think I have enough Buzz Lightyears in my collection, but guess what? If they release more deluxe versions, I will be collecting them. As always, partners, we're on our way to 100,000 subs on this channel. We're so close. You want to help support my journey? All you have to do is hit that subscribe button Hit that notification bell so you're alerted for future videos on this channel, and I'll see you partners on the next video review.
You weren't the real Buzz Lightyear, you're an action figure!
You are a sad, strange little man. You are a sad, strange little man. Have my...
You are a child's plaything!
Hey, Ham, look, I'm Picasso.
I don't get it.